Hi guys, it's Peachy. Today I'm going to be recreating one of Crisco's glow-in-the-dark paintings, and I'm going to be trying to recreate this one, and I want to gift it to my parents for their anniversary. I've never done glow paintings before, so I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try my best. I've never been able to find glow paints that look as bright as the one that Crisco uses, and I don't want to spend like $160 to buy his paints. So I'm just gonna use some glow in the dark powder that I got off of AliExpress. So this is the canvas I'll be using. I kind of wanted a smaller one, but I'm just gonna deal. And I also printed out a picture that I'm gonna be using as a silhouette. And I'm gonna be mixing my glow-in-the-dark pigments with some resin. So I'll be using this nail lamp to cure my resin. So more or less these are the materials you will need. I'm using like a quail egg carton to hold my pigments. And this is the UV resin I'll be using. So first I'm adding a layer of white acrylic paint as the base coat. These are all the different glow-in-the-dark powders that I have, and I'm just using a UV light to kind of see what they look like in the dark before I start painting. So usually powder that is more whitish glow more brightly than the pigmented ones such as the red, the pink, and the purple. I traced out the outline in pencil, and now I'm just adding in colors with acrylic paint. You want to add the acrylic layer first so that it doesn't cover any light coming from the glowing layer. So after you're done with the acrylic layer, you can start mixing your powders with UV resin. I kind of just eyeball the amount, but if it's too clumpy, then you'll want to add more UV resin. But you don't want to add too much resin because then the glow may not be as opaque. Also, while you're using the UV light, do not keep your resin mixture anywhere near it, otherwise it's going to harden and you won't be able to use it. So now I'm just applying the resin to my painting using a little silicone spatula, but honestly I think using a brush is way better. I didn't use a brush at first because I thought it would be hard to clean, but it's actually really easy to clean your brushes. So yeah, you don't have to worry about ruining them. So the thing with using UV resin is that you can't really tell which areas you've already gone over, or at least for me it was really hard to tell. I also kind of randomly mixed the colors aqua blue, green, and sky blue together, so in the end it kind of looks like just one color. I suggest you kind of like section it off and only use like one color for each section of the little infinity loop. It might look a bit cooler. So after I was done with the first round of UV resin, I used my lamp to cure it, and my cord was too short so it popped off right there. I'm not sure how long you need to cure it for, but I generally shine my light for around 30 seconds. And make sure you do not look at the light while you're doing this because the UV light may be damaging for your eyes. And if possible, I suggest you wear sunglasses while you're doing this. I looked at the light a lot as I was making this, and then afterwards my eyes kind of hurt. So yeah, definitely don't give in to temptation. I would honestly love to one day figure out how to make actual paint with the glow powders instead of mixing it with resin. I have tried using some acrylic gel mediums, but so far they haven't really worked for me, so that's why I'm using resin now. But I will let you guys know if I find a better way of doing this. Then we won't have to wave our UV nail lamps around so many times. So this is what it looks like so far in complete darkness. I think I wasn't satisfied with how it was glowing, so I went back and added more layers of UV resin. Instead of painting the silhouette, I was really lazy and I just cut it out from the photo and glued it on instead, saving some time. And to make the silhouette stand out even in the dark, use a tiny brush to outline the shadow with some glow paint. So before I show you guys the final painting, I'm going to show you how to clean your brushes. You can take some nail polish remover and pour it into a cup, and then afterwards just throw your paintbrushes around until the UV resin comes off. I also use the same thing to clean my palette, and then afterwards I just wipe with a paper towel. So this is what the final painting looks like. The surface looks kind of bumpy because of the UV resin. And now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in the dark. This is like in semi-darkness because my door is still open. So yeah, you guys can tell that it's still not as bright as Crisco's version. His orange and purple parts are a lot brighter than mine, and I have no idea how he achieves that effect. Maybe because he used more layers of pigments, or maybe he has a special UV light. Or maybe he edits his photos. I honestly have no idea. I'm not saying that he's a sham, but just looking at his photos on Etsy, this is what his product looks like. And then in the actual photos, it doesn't seem to be as bright either. So I really have no idea. But I think that if we just play around with glow pigments, maybe we'll eventually be able to figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!